Coach Devin here. We're talking Lizzo versus Jillian Micheals. Who's right and who's wrong? Before we get going, click that thumbs up down below and please subscribe. I've also put together some great free PDFs. If you look down in the description, they're down there. Everything from Devin's Guide to Amazing Abs to an at-home workout that requires no equipment. It's my gift to you. All right, so you may have heard that a little over a week ago, the artist Lizzo was criticized by Jillian Micheals on television. Now, Jillian Micheals, if anybody doesn't remember who she is, she came to fame with The Biggest Loser. She was one of the trainers on The Biggest Loser. She's well known for screaming, hollering, belittling clients, ranting and raving. That's sort of her shtick. That's what she does. Lizzo, on the other hand, is and I'll be clear, I really don't know a lot about her music. She's a plus-size musician, very talented musician. So, on a television show not too long ago, Jillian Micheals was on and she had some very critical things to say about Lizzo. She said, basically, they were talking about being body positive and they said, you know, isn't it cool to see someone like Lizzo, who's a plus size celebrity, who is very talented, you know, is this not good for society in general? And basically, to paraphrase, Jillian Micheals said she didn't think it was awesome because she said, you know, when she gets diabetes, how awesome is that? So that got me thinking a little bit about what she had to say and, of course, the backlash, because a lot of people were very, very negative about what Jillian Micheals had to say. How founded is that? Is it fair to criticize her for what she said? And is it fair to criticize Lizzo on the other side of things? As a trainer, obviously, I've been in this business for 26 years. My job is to help people get fit and healthy. Healthy is the number one priority for me. You know, I believe that, you know, having abs is not the be all and end all. Yeah, it's a great thing. And if you want abs, great. But it is important to be healthy at the core of everything because that allows you to do a lot of other things later in your life. You don't want to be 35, 45, 50 years old and be very limited in what you can do because of your health and fitness. So I think it's interesting that Jillian Micheals would be so negative about Lizzo, and I'm not, to be quite honest, I'm not going to jump in here and be on Jillian Micheals' side. I don't believe in anybody being overweight and unfit. I think it's terrible for you. However, having done this, like I said, for 26 years, I know health and fitness comes in a lot of different sizes and shapes. If you are a skinny person, that doesn't make you fit. It doesn't make you healthy. You can be skinny and actually in terrible shape, and you can be heavier and be in better shape. You can't really look at someone and say, okay, I've got them nailed down. I know exactly who they are, what they're doing, and how fit they're going to be. Like they just, you know, that's not a possibility. So to give you some background with that, like I said, I've been a trainer for a very long time. I've had a lot of clients who were very unfit to start and became very fit. I have a client that's a long-time client. He is the same weight as he was when he was 17 years old. He's now, I think, 51 now. And if you would said that, oh, well, shoot, if you're, you know, the same weight as 17 from 51, you're knocking it out of the park, right? You're doing something right? You're killing it. Well, he also was like 315 pounds. He is just an enormous person. He's not small. He also is very fit, able to do a lot of things. Physically, he's super strong, quick, can move quite well through space. And his blood work, his heart, his liver function, his cholesterol, they're great. They're all really, really good. And the reason for that is he's taken care of himself. He has worked out his whole life. He's been an athlete his whole life. He is a very, very fit person. But if you look at him, you would say, well, he's an enormous guy, but he probably, you know, maybe he should lose some weight because that's the way you would look at that guy. But that's not who he is underneath all of it. He is much more fit than many other people I have who look more fit. So what I'm saying here is it's not what you look at somebody and you say that person is super fit. That doesn't mean they're super fit. And if you look at somebody and say, well, that person is out of shape and unfit, well, you know, that may not actually be the truth either. So when it comes down to Jillian Micheals versus Lizzo and Jillian Micheals shooting her mouth off, listen, Jillian Micheals is doing it for the controversy. She wants to get attention. She wants to, you know, just be a little yappy. And then that way people will say, oh my gosh, look what Jillian Micheals said, negative or positive. She just wants attention. She's looking for that attention thing. And that's what everybody does in the celebrity sphere. I think what you have to realize here is that Jillian Micheals doesn't understand how fit or unfit Lizzo really is. I mean, she could be a very unfit person and Jillian Micheals could be right, or she also could be a very fit person. I don't know. I can't make that call, and neither can Jillian Micheals. So ripping into somebody and saying, well, it's not going to be awesome when you get diabetes. Lizzo may be a long way from diabetes, and Jillian Micheals could be close to diabetes. We don't know because we can't tell by the way someone looks. And it just comes down to judging a book by its cover. I personally, if it had been me, and I'm obviously not going to be on a nationally syndicated show like Jillian Micheals, that's not going to be something that will happen. But had it been me, I would have said, you know what? I think it's great that she's positive with her body. I think it's fantastic that she just doesn't care whether or not what people think of her. I think that's really cool. It's a good sign. And you know what? If she ever wants any help, I would be happy to step in. I would do it just to help her out because you know what? I'd love to help her and see if she does have goals. If she is unfit, I can help with that. I think that would have been for me, what I would have said to if I was on television, if I was Jillian Micheals. I think, because that's a more honest statement. So for those people who are criticizing Jillian Micheals, I think you're right. She doesn't need to shoot off like that. It's not necessary. It's not helpful. It's not kind. It's just her shooting her mouth off for attention. And on the Lizzo side of it, she may be more fit than you think she is. And if she isn't fit, Jillian Micheals should have stepped in and said, hey, I'm willing to help. I'm happy to step in and help. Lizzo, give me a call, text me. This is, whatever, tweet to me. Send me a message on Instagram. I'll help you if you need it. That, to me, would have been the easier fix for that. And she still would have gotten a lot of good publicity for it because she was willing to help if necessary. And if Lizzo did want it, great. If she didn't want it, great. My thought process has always been when it comes to the way your body looks, don't body shame somebody. Don't rip into the way somebody looks. No one is happy with the way they look deep down. Just there isn't anybody. So why make fun of someone? Listen, I can tell you this right now. I have never been completely happy with the way I look. I criticize myself quite often, so I don't need other people criticizing me. I'm my own worst critic. I'm sure Lizzo's her own worst critic. I know for a fact that Jillian Micheals diets down really hard before she goes on The Biggest Loser because she's talked about it, so she's her own worst critic. No reason to body shame somebody. Listen, Jillian, help people. Don't be a jackass. There's no need of it. And I know that's your stick and that's your thing, but frankly, you can do better. Once you finish this video, check out down below. I've got some great free PDFs for you. It's my gift to you. Have yourself an amazing day. Don't body shame anybody. No, fight the awesome.